Hello and welcome people to Let's Play Gregory Horror Show Soul Collector. This is a game that I was planning to do for Halloween, but then friends, school, work and other things got in the way, so we're doing it a little bit late. Now, Gregory Horror Show Soul Collector is a game made by Capcom. It is based off of this is a licensed game, released only in Europe, based off of a very peculiar cartoon. And now we're gonna start Ribbit.
I found myself walking through a deep forest in a thick fog. How did I get here? I should have been home by now. Suddenly, I saw a bright light before me. It was the hotel.
Do you need a room for the night? My. You certainly do look exhausted, don't you? Well then, I'll get a room ready for you. Right this way, if you don't mind. I'll be happy to show you to your room. I must say, we don't often receive guests at this hour. Perhaps you've somehow managed to lose your way. Or maybe you've just lost your mind. That was a joke. Have a pleasant sleep, my friend. You'll be needing it, believe me.
And so I fell into a deep sleep and began to dream.
Come on now, throw away all them worries. Forget about them. Huh? I can tell you ain't from around these parts. Hey, what's the deal, bud? Are you lost or something? Don't be embarrassed. You can tell me. What? You can't get back? Okay, how's about I make you a little deal? See, my job is removing lost souls from the living world. And that hotel is full of lost souls what needs to be removed right away. Hoo-ah! If you go in and find them, I'll show you the way back. I even got some body you can use. It's a little small, but hey, what you gonna do, right? When you find them all, come see me again in your dreams. You got that? See you later, pal.
And so the proper gameplay begins. This is, as far as horror games go, which this kind of sort of is, it has some of the best controls you will ever run into. Pretty much where you walk is where you go.
Isn't that how walking normally works, Nico?
What I mean is, it's very fast how you turn around and stuff.
I'm so hungry.
Like, there isn't any wind-up, and also you don't have to deal with time controls. Which is something you may expect from this camera angle, but it's not the case.
You're the one who moved in next door yesterday, aren't you? I need to talk to you. Yes. So go get the key that's on the counter in the lobby and bring it here.
And here I was just checking some settings.
To get to the lobby, just go straight and turn left at the end of the hall.
And here is how the camera controls work. You can turn around. You can turn your camera with both the analog stick as well as reset it with. Yeah, you can also reset it with one of the R buttons. Oh no, actually, the L1 button. Anyway, we can look into pretty much every single room in the Gregory house and spy on people. It's actually a very important part of the gameplay. Creeping on people is important in your life.
Especially in this place.
Mm-hmm.
The key to the room next door? The cat that inhabits that room is the last remnant of a family that once caused us a great deal of trouble. A most dangerous cat indeed. He was once a beautiful creature with fine silky fur. Then, one stormy night, long ago, someone sewed everything shut. Eyes, mouth, ears. Oh, what a horrible thing! Since then, he's been a nasty beast that attacks anyone who draws near. As the manager of this hotel, I simply cannot allow you to have that key.
You know?
Well then, I guess it's about time I made the rounds of the hotel.
It's a
What are you about to
time-based
say?
game, I see.
Yes, I was about to say, because, well, it wasn't introduced just yet. The whole game runs on a clock, and as it goes onwards, they introduce more and more characters who are going to be walking their daily routines around the hotel. So, like, for example, now Gregory leaves this post unattended, so he can steal this key.
You know, I gotta say, so far this is pretty true to the show in terms of look, atmosphere, Gregory's voice actor.
Yes, actually, they got most of the voice actors who were there in the show.
Good.
Yeah.
Hello?
And yes, this is very important. I mean, honestly, if it
Here
weren't for
is
the...
map. Where do you
Yeah.
wish to go?
Honestly, if it weren't for the PS2 aliasing, this game would just look like the show. I mean, actually the animation is a lot more smooth than it was in the show from like the mid-90s. Which is a bit understandable. This is almost like 8 years later.
I'm so hungry. Is it dinner yet? We
Echo
meet
Zombie.
last.
More like
My
Nico
name is
Zombie, am I
Nico
right?
Zombie. Do you think I'm scary? I don't need your sympathy. Rah. The guests in this hotel are planning to keep you trapped here for all eternity. Yeah, so they're not going to give up their souls that easily. So, you have to know their weak points if you want to get those souls back. First, you've got to scope out their weak points without them noticing. Now we'll practice peeking. Go out into the hall and look through the keyhole.
And also, well, that's not exactly what he asked me to do. But yeah. You can look, like, in different manners, so to say. You can look faster and slower, and sometimes people may actually
Then go ahead and
notice
try peeking
you
into my room.
when you're moving your eyeball too fast.
What?
Did you see me? Now, I'll tell you about my weak point. Yes, my weak point is food. You'll have to figure out on your own what my favorite food is. I'm hungry.
And these sound effects are, the first one you hear are indications of you hearing something new. The last one is an indication of you learning something about what someone does in a given time period.
So he wants a dessert that's not too cold. Waffle. Mobile phone! But no, Nico, come on!
Too cold. Chocolate.
Well, mobile phones aren't sweet, so it couldn't have been that.
I'll give you this.
Still should have picked it.
Is this what you're talking about? I picked this up somewhere a long time ago. Here, you can have it. I don't need it.
That's salt. No, it's salt.
There are 12 souls in all you must find. Each of the guests in this hotel is carrying one.
So yeah, as we go through this, he will teach us. This is overall a pretty nice tutorial because it's for the most part what you're gonna be doing throughout the game, perving on people to learn about their secrets, figure out what they're doing at a given time of the day, in order to take advantage of them when they're at their weakest. So this is basically Tulip, but fun.
Noted.
So, how are you planning to deliver those souls back to death? I see. You're going to meet him in your dreams? In that case, you should sleep on the bed in your room if you want to hand the souls over to death.
I wanted to, yeah, figurines. As you progress, I don't exactly know how it works, but like sometimes you just unlock new figurines, which are just models of the characters.
Come on now. Give it up. Throw away all them worries. Oh, it's you. Did you manage to pick up any souls? You brought me a lost soul already? Well, that sure was quick. Okay then, hand it over like we agreed. Hey, thanks a lot. Here, I'll stamp your card for you. Just keep finding them and bringing them back to me. Whenever you get one, go to sleep and I'll catch up with you in your dreams. Good luck there, buddy!
I love that this was the era when everyone gave Death an accent.
Yeah, why is Death always Jamaican? Even though he wears a Swedish hat.
I mean, I'm cool with it.
He had a different accent in the show as well. That's the funniest
Yeah.
part.
Did you sleep well? I've got to talk to you about you know what. Do you know Catherine?
Time for a blood test. Oh, this is so good. Oh.
Catherine loves to draw blood from people she doesn't like. She lives 2 doors down from me in room 104. Shh, somebody's listening.
I heard that. So that child is collecting souls. I think it's time for a blood sample.
I guess it won't be that easy to collect the souls after all. I'll give you some hints about how to go about getting people's souls.
Yeah, for now, this, like, you cannot get hurt. So you don't really have to worry, but that's gonna change very fast. Yeah, it does actually apply. It's not just something it's not just actually something they say because there are actually some that will just leave their soul hanging around somewhere.
As you do, you know. I typically keep my soul in my fridge.
Well, there isn't one that keeps it in the fridge, but like on the desk next to their bed.
This is so awesome.
James, you nasty child! Stop throwing your garbage on the floor! What if someone stepped on it and had an accident? Where is that brat? James! I'm the one who has to clean up all of your messes.
Yeah, I don't know why, but for some reason Gregory's dialogue does not match what he's saying a lot of the times. Like
His
the
voice
text,
actor got a revised version of the script.
maybe. Although there is another, I have another theory. Basically, I believe he just because like he uses a lot of Americanized terms. So like on one occasion, for example, his voice actor will tell you to check out the library that's on the first floor. But what he means by first floor is actually ground floor. Because
Right.
like at that point you can't even access the first floor.
Yeah.
And the text actually says on ground floor, whereas he says in his voice first floor. What I'm doing here currently is waiting until she goes away. While I cannot take damage quite yet, it's good to be used to just not getting
Why is
caught.
James following us?
That's actually what he does. And James is less annoying than he actually was, or rather, he's useful to us because he's as annoying as he was in the show.
I see.
He actually inadvertently gives you a lot of ideas about how to take care of a lot of the guests, like how he does here, and on a few other occasions as well. What he will do overall is whenever he sees you walking down the hallway, he will just go after you for a
Catherine, you
moment.
say? Ah, yes. Just recently, she slipped on a banana peel that James left lying around. Please be careful that you don't do the same. Otherwise, you might slip and end up dropping something important. Whew, what a day. Hello?
Oh, and if you think that their exposition about what you're supposed to be doing is a bit heavy-handed, take into account this is a tutorial. It's not gonna be that way for the rest of the game. And what's interesting is when you're going after somebody and they open a door, they actually skip the door opening animation.
Interesting.
But yeah, after James sees you, he'll follow you for roughly 2 doors. And then he gets bored.
Because he's a nosy little brat.
Yeah, pretty much. What he actually does, that's kind of very annoying. It's a big pot. Remember that it's there. Is that he'll interrupt you on many occasions. Like whenever you try to peek on somebody, he'll just be like, "Ah, what are you doing?" And then you can't peek on somebody.
Frickin' James.
Sadly, there isn't anything we can. I sadly
this
thrown it on
banana
the
peel.
ground. Yeah,
Shoot.
yeah. He eventually gets bored and fucks off somewhere else. We can go to the doors that lead to the courtyard for now because, well, this is a tutorial, so most of the things are locked off. And besides, the courtyard is going to be locked off for quite a while.
Well,
What I really
now,
like about this game, when it comes to its visual design, well, it's very, very simple as far as the models themselves go, which is actually very, very accurate to how the show looked. They took a lot of advantage of that and actually implemented a very, like a very crafty lighting engine. Because, like, if you notice, blood fetish.
well, they're straightforward about it.
Yeah, this game was 12 plus here. Yeah, like he will just do that whenever you're spying on somebody or you try to spy on somebody. But he can't enter after you into your room because you actually lock it. That's what the sound effect is there for.
Good.
But yeah, what I like about it is the lighting engine is actually pretty damn nice. The shadows look very good. They actually change accordingly to how close you are to a candle, as well as you actually sometimes have 2 shadows because there are 2 sources of light next to you. And
Fucking
James.
James.
Fuck this child.
Yeesh.
But yeah,
Get
like
a life, kid.
as you can see, they react to the geometry of surfaces and stuff like that, which is really very nice. And yes, this is actually what you're gonna be doing a lot of the time in the game. just waiting a little bit and checking where everybody has moved around. So yeah, I'm waiting for Catherine to be just around the corner to enter my room, because I am a little bit afraid that if, say, Gregory were to walk around, he would actually pick up the banana peel.
Right.
Or actually James could walk over it and use it up. And I would have to get another one. And it actually gets marked on the map.
Now we play the waiting game.
By the way, something that we cannot see in this recording, because I lowered the quality so I didn't have to upload it for ages. The game runs at pretty nice frame rate. Like it runs at flawless 60 frames a second, which, well, I mean, with the level of detail, not as much. Like not impossibly amazing, but it's nice.